everybody, this is Jim the Tabletop Engineer. Welcome back to my game of Arkham Horror the card game. This is this is the first scenario I'm playing in the new campaign called the Dunwich Legacy. If you haven't watched the first video, you need to go back and it will catch you up on where I am. I just finished up the investigator phase and it is now time for the enemy phase. There are no enemies out, so we go to upkeep. These flip back over and everybody gets a resource and draws a card. Rex draws Seeking Answers. If you succeed, instead of discovering a clue, discover a clue at a connecting location. Not a bad card. And Roland draws Evidence. Play after you defeat an enemy. Discover a clue. Great card. Alright, it is now the Mythos phase. We place a Doom token. There are now 4 out of 7. Ugh. And I haven't found Jazz, the janitor, to unlock some of these doors. Now I need to draw cards. Roland went first, so he draws Visions of Futures Past. Test 5 Will. For each point you fail, discard the top card of your deck. So basically just burning through your deck. My will is 3. I don't really... Do I have any cards to help with the will? I do not. None of my cards will help me. So it's going to be a straight up 3 versus 5. There is a +2. No, there's no +2 in here. There's an auto pass. I got +1, so I got 4. I failed it by 1, so I have to discard 1 card, and I got... It was a 1-2 punch, which is a great card. I hate to discard that. And that card goes back into here. Where did I just drew that. Where'd it go? This card goes in the discard. Now, Rex draws Light of Aphrogoman. It's a pact, and it's peril. Only I can deal with this. You must attach Light of Aphrogoman to either the current agenda or the current act. Limit 1 per agenda. Treat all damage as direct damage and all horror as direct horror. What that means is I can't apply it to an ally that I have out. You must attach it to either the current agenda or the current act. So basically, if I do it to the act, the other one will have to go to the agenda. Limit 1 per agenda. I mean, it's out. So let's go ahead and put it on the... We'll put it on the current agenda, because I think when the agenda flips, this would go away. I don't know that for a fact, but we'll figure it out. All right, that is it. It is now my turn. Do I want Rex to go first? Or Rex is actually here. I revealed this in the last video. You know what? I'm gonna, as an action, I'm going to spend his single clue to reveal 5 cards. I'm trying to find Jazz. 1, 2. There he is. Got him. So I reveal him. Put him into play at your location. So he's here. While he is not controlled, he gains Parley. Test 3 book, 3 investigate. If you succeed, you control him. While you control him, you ignore the text on each unrevealed... Okay, so you can ignore the locked thing. That is cool. But I got to get him. So he is test 3, 3 investigate, and I've got 4. And I really want to pass this. And unfortunately, I could, if you succeed, instead of discover a clue to connecting location. Shoot. That's not going to help me right now. So I'm going to get rid of it to get me a +1. So now I am at 5 versus 3 for Parley. 5 versus 3. 5 minus 1 is 4. He becomes my ally, and now I can go where I like. That was my second action, was to parley with him. My first action was to find him. Second, so now I can get him to unlock that door, because the text goes away, meaning it's no longer locked. So I can move here and see what's in here, which I should do, right? Yeah, we need to. All right, so I'm going to have him unlock that door, and I'm going to move. So it's no clues. It's got a 5 shroud. Woo! As an action, investigate. If you are successful, instead of discovering clues, take the alchemical concoction from underneath this location. All right, so I got to put the alchemical concoction underneath here. All right, good. But it's a shroud of 5. Woo, that's hard. All right. That is it for Rex. I don't need to find Jazz anymore. So clues are just sort of Get them if you can. But remember, the humanities building was after your turn. If you're in the humanities, discard. Okay. Discard the card. Okay, I don't have any horror yet. It was the Orne Library, wasn't it? You must spend one additional action to invest. I stole the 2 off. I thought I could have done. I might have done that one wrong. Let's see. So I'm in here. So I still haven't found the professor. How do you do that? After it's revealed, put the set aside dormitories into play. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Okay, so I will put dormitories sort of here connected. As double action, you can heal 1 damage and 1 horror. That's not bad. That's not bad because I haven't taken any damage or horror yet, but that's good to know that I can come to the dorm and do that. Okay, there is still a clue. Do I want to go to the dormitories? I guess I'm looking for this guy. So I'm probably going to have to investigate everywhere. So do I get this clue or do I move here? I have to come back. I can only get to the dorm through here. So let's move. So my first action. So he's done. First action, I will move into the dorm. Okay, so we'll move to the dorms. There are 6 clues here. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It says objective. If the investigators in the dormitory spend 6 clues as a group, go to resolution number 2. Interesting. Okay. If investigators in the dorms spend 6 clues. So I have to get him down here to do it. That's fine. I can probably do that. But if you're successful, you can take the alchemical concoction. The alchemical concoction, as an action, you can fight with it. It uses book instead of fight. If used to attack the experiment, this attack deals +6 damage. If you succeed, remove it from the game. Interesting. Okay. I may need to get that. Okay. Wow. So he moved. Now he's got 2 actions left. Let's go ahead and get out Beat Cop for 4. Now I have an ally that I can assign damage to. But then this says treat all damage as direct and all horror as direct. But he does give me plus fight. And when you discard him, you can deal an extra damage to an enemy. Okay, I'm going to keep that. So I've got 1 more action. I moved. I played a card, and I've got 1 more. I'll investigate. I am 3 versus 1. Got it. 3 minus 0. So I take 1 of these, and that is the end of his turn. Now, no enemies, so it's upkeep phase. So flip these back over. Everybody gets a resource and a card. Rex draws Encyclopedia. And Roland draws Evidence. All right. You can have 8 cards in your hand, so I'm good to go. All right, it is now the Doom phase, or Mythos phase. 5 out of 7, and we draw cards. Rex went first, so he draws Locked Door. Attached to the location with the most clues, and without a locked door attached. So that would be this one. It cannot be investigated. You must test 4 strength to break it down or 4 agility to pick the lock. All right, well, it looks like Roland will be having to fight the door to let him in. All right, and now Roland draws Whippoorwill. Aloof, so unless you attack this, it will not hurt you, and it's a hunter. Each investigator at the Whippoorwill's location is -1 on all skill checks. Okay, so I could kill it to get rid of that, and I may have to do that because right now I'm at -1 on everything. Okay, that is it for the Mythos phase. It is now my turn. Now Rex I want that alchemical, and I only have the Encyclopedia. Exhaust, spend a secret, choose an investigator at your location, gets +2 to the skill of their choice. Well, yeah. I'm going to pay 2 to get this out. my encyclopedia. It's got 5 uses, so I'll use these little orange things to track it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was my first action, to play that card. Second action, I'll exhaust it and do an investigate. So I get +2 to my investigate, which is 4. So now I'm at 6 versus 5. And I don't have anything else I can do, so hopefully 6 versus 5. And I got the auto fail, so I failed it. That was my second action, right? Yep. And for my third, I'm going to try it one more time. I'll spend another one. +2. I'm at 6 versus 5. 6 minus 1 is 5, and I did it. I got the alchemical. All right. And that is done. I don't get any victory for that. Nope. All right. So he is done. Now, poor Roland. I'm going to have to fight the whippoorwill. He's only got 1 health. So if I defeat it, I can then try to break down the door, which will then allow Rex in. All right. So if you discard it... when you take control of him, I was supposed to forward this. Hold on. Okay. You convince Jazz that something strange is going on and that Professor Rice may be in danger. He doesn't trust you enough to hand you his keys, but he will come with you. All of a sudden, you hear a crash coming from the science building, and a student rushes towards you. Help! There's some kind of animal loose in the chem labs. I only barely caught a glimpse of it, but I think it's heading to the dorms. You've got to do something. Ooh. If the alchemy labs is not in play, put it into play. It is. Okay. If you are at Agenda 1 or 2, I am at Agenda 1, spawn the set-aside experiment in the alchemy labs. Uh-oh. Okay, that probably should have happened, but that's okay. When you make mistakes, you just keep playing the game. This is bad. He's got 7 health, 4 fight. He gets +3 health per investigator, so he's got 13 health. When the enemy phase begins, ready the experiment. If he's defeated, advance to Act 3B. And it's a victory of 2. So maybe I need to get up there and help fight that. Okay, so that was that. Rex just finished his turn, and now the experiment is engaged with him. It's massive. Oh, no, hold on. It's not. Oh, it is massive. That means anybody here it's considered engaged. All right. Wow. So Roland. Does Roland want to fight the whippoorwill? I guess not. If I move, it'll have to go 1, 2, 3. All 3 actions will be to get me up there, but I don't have a choice. He's got to do it. He needs to help defend this guy. So I'll go 1, 2, 3, and now both of them are at the alchemy labs where the experiment is. Let me read. Let's see, campus safety. What is that? Okay, so I did this, and now I'm supposed to read this. You have only moments to react. You could warn the students in the dorms and escort them to safety, or you could continue the task of looking for Professor Rice, or you could try to slay the beast. Find and complete an objective on another card. No objective. There's an objective. So I still need to fight this creature, right? Where is he? Oh, no, hold on. Is he an objective? Oh, he's an objective. If the experiment is defeated, advance to Act 3B. Is there an Act 3B? Oh, yeah, it's on the back. Okay. All right, so it looks like we're going to be fighting this thing. So it is now the creature phase. This thing will attack, and because it's massive, it hits both of them. So it does 2 health and 2 sanity. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Roland goes 1, 2, 1, 2. But do I have any cards that I could play to prevent that? Let's see. I do not. I got nothing in his hand. What about... And I have nothing here. All right. And Roland has no weapons, so that's not good. All right, so that is the end of the enemy phase. The creature did its damage. It is now the doom phase. I place a token. Who went first? It was Rex. Rex draws Arcane Barrier attached to your location. As an additional cost to move in or out of this location, test for will. If successful, discard it. Otherwise, you must cancel the effects of the move or discard the top 5 cards. All right, so I'll hold on to that. That goes here. Okay. And then Roland draws Beyond the Veil, Surge. Put Beyond the Veil into play in your threat area if there's no copy there. Forced. If your deck has no cards in it, take 10 damage. So I've got to make sure I don't... The Beyond the Veil is not good. The Whippoorwill stayed at the dorms. The Beyond the Veil just means if I get down to 0 cards, I'm going to take 10 health, which will kill me automatically. All right. That is the end of that. Now it is my turn. I forgot to flip this over and draw cards on the upkeep phase. So they each get a resource. And Roland draws Dodge. That will help me this turn. And Rex draws Unexpected Courage. Not a bad card. All right. This creature's got to be killed. So it's got 13 health. Rex has... I'll have Rex go. Alchemical. This attack uses research instead of fight. If used to attack, it deals +6 damage. So we want this first attack to really succeed. If you succeed, remove it from the game. All right. So I guess you can use it as many times as you want. The experiment attack deals split. If you succeed, remove it from the game. Once you use it successfully, you remove it. But if you fail, you can keep using it. All right, let's do it. My research is 4. I'm going up against 4 fight, so I definitely need to boost this. So I'll make it 6 versus 4. And Roland, he can contribute 2 to that. So he'll make it 8 versus 4, which means basically the auto fail is the only thing that would be bad. 8 versus 4, and I got the skull, which is -1. So I did do 6 damage. So he's down now to 7 health. All right, so that was his first action. Second action. Now remember, the only thing you can do is fight or dodge. My dodge is 3. His is 2. If I can beat his dodge... I could exhaust him so he won't attack this next turn. Yeah, I want to do that, I think, don't I? Yeah, I've got... So if I try to dodge him, that was my first action. Second action, I'm going to try to dodge. So I basically am trying to... I have a 3, and it has a dodge of 2. How does this work? I'm trying to remember how this works. I draw it. I have to beat his 2, and I have 3. So 3. I'm gonna. This weapon would really be helpful, but I don't have the resources to buy it anyway. I'm gonna contribute it to make it 4 dodge versus 2 dodge. I got the auto succeed, which says, after you succeed at a skill test by 2 or more, discover a clue at your location. Well, I don't get that. Oh, no. +2. You may instead choose to automatically fail to draw 3 cards. No. I will pass. So what I did was I exhausted him, or the creature, for this turn. And because he's exhausted, since I dodged him, he can't damage Rex. Now, he can still damage... I say he. The monster can still damage Roland because he's not exhausted for Roland. That was my second action, and for my third action, I can play a card now. I could play... That is an elite enemy, isn't it? Yes. So this disc won't help me. I can run. Well, I need to help. I don't want to run. I want to fight this thing. But with its 4 fight, Rex is done. But I can still contribute cards, but I only have 1 card. What could I do? Hold on. Encyclopedia. Exhaust and spend a secret. Choose an investigator at your location. That investigator gets +2 to a skill of your choice until the end of the... Heck yeah! I will play this and exhaust that for my third and final action. And I'm going to give Roland a +2 fight. All right, so Rex is done. Roland. Roland will fight this thing. I don't have a weapon out, and I really can't. I don't have a weapon to play anyway. So Roland's going to fight. He is currently 4. I just gave him +2 because of that skill. So 6 versus 4. And I have nothing that will help him fight. So 6 versus 4, not great. 6 versus 4, and he'll do an extra damage because of the beat cup. Hold on. Beat cup gives me +1 fight, so that's actually 7 versus 4. And as an action, I can discard him to get +1 damage. All right, so 7 versus 4. 7 plus 1 is 8. That only does 1 damage. He's got 6 health left, 7 health left. I will discard the beat cop to make that +1. So I did +2 damage or +1 damage. So he's got 5 health left. That was my first action. My second action will be to fight, and I have nothing left to help me fight. So it's a straight up 4v4. Second action, 4 versus 4. This is -1. I failed. And then when the enemy phase begins, ready it. So basically, evading it doesn't really do anything. Great. So it will attack. All right, so never mind. And then my third and final action, 4v4. I got the auto succeed, which says +1 for each clue on your location. There are no clues, but still, I succeeded, so it takes another damage, and it's got 4 health left. That is the end of my turn. It is the enemy phase. It readies. It will do 2 and 2. Roland is down to 1 sanity and 5 health. Rex is down to 2 health and 5 sanity. 1 more hit from either one of them, or from this creature. If I don't kill this creature this turn, I'm in trouble. All right. And I can't put any of the damage on Mulligan because this card requires it to be direct damage. So 4 damage. I need a really lucky card draw. Okay. So what I'm going to do is it's the upkeep. So these flip back. Everybody gets a resource, which doesn't really matter. I draw a card. Cover up. I got my weakness. Put it into play with 3 clues. 1, 2, 3. It says, when you would discover a clue at your location, discard that many from cover up. When the game ends, if there are any clues, you suffer one mental trauma. Ugh. Okay. Rex draws a weapon. But it costs 3, so I can't really do much. So that is the end of the turn. It is my turn. I've got to do 4 damage with 6 opportunities, 6 actions. All right. This is crazy. All right, let's have. I got nothing here. All right, so let's do Roland. It's basically I need 4 more hits to kill it. First action, 4v4. Can I contribute anything? I'll make it 5v4. Rex will contribute 1 card. 5v4. And this is -1, so I do 1 damage on it. All right, 4. It's got 3 health. Second action, straight up 4v4. 4 minus 1 is 3, and I fail. Third and final action, 4v4. I got the auto succeed. +1 for each clue at your location. Doesn't matter. It's still a success. 5. It's got 2 health left, and unfortunately for me, Rex Murphy is not going to be able to do 2. Crap. His fight is 2 versus 4, and I don't have the concoction anymore. Now, I do have Encyclopedia, which I should have used less. All right, so as a turn, exhaust it and spend a secret. Choose an investigator. That investigator gets +2 until the end of the phase. We'll do a fight. All right, I spend one. For one action, I will spend... I'll spend the Encyclopedia. So I'm now at +2 fight, so I'm at 4v4. 4v4. I did it. I got 1 damage on him. All right, he's got 1 health left. And this is my third and final action, 4v4. I got the auto succeed, +2. And I kill it. 7 damage, defeats it. That is an objective. It says, if the experiment is defeated, advance to 3B. So I flip it over. The monstrous creature lets out a terrible shriek as it succumbs to its wounds and collapses. A foul odor emanates from the corpse as its flesh begins to bubble and froth. Your relief turns to disgust as the body begins to shrink. Minutes later, the body has been almost evaporated into a sticky mass and the awful odor is vanished. Inside the creature's body, all you can find is a set of bones, a skeletal structure of a canine. Read Resolution 3. Resolution 3... Resolution 1, Resolution 2, Resolution 3. After defeating the strange and terrifying creature from the Department of Alchemy, you rush to the faculty office to find Professor Rice. By the time you get there, there is no sign of him. In your campaign log, record that Professor Warren Rice was kidnapped. In your log, record the experiment was defeated. Each investigator earns experience equal to victory X in the victory display. Well, I've got 1, 2, and I defeated the experiment, 3, 4, and I don't think I got anything else. I did not. So I got 4 victory going into the next campaign, which is pretty good. I'll be able to upgrade my deck a little bit. And wow, that was probably the tightest game I have ever had. That came down. He has 2 health. He has 1 sanity. After this would have attacked, they would have lost. Or I would have lost the scenario. So that was pretty good timing. All right, that's all I got. This is Jim, the Tabletop Engineer. Thanks for joining me on the Dunwich Legacy. I'll be back in the next video to take the next scenario, and we'll see how this investigation pans out. Until then, everybody, take care.
Check out the new RPG and Wargame newsletter. Each week, the Tabletop Engineer shares news, products, Kickstarters, and much more related to the gaming hobby. It's free to subscribe, so check out the link in the video description below to sign up.